Look, that's very closely, especially since in Tema, robbers are deploying new tactics.
Yes, so you remember that on specifically July 13th, there was this shooting, and the shooting involved an outrider of former President Rawlings' security detail.
Yeah.
Now, the vehicle which was used, and this is a Toyota Corolla with registration number GG991 2018. The car at the time it was involved in this shooting on July 13th was a blue color Toyota Corolla. And they shot Sergeant Hope Achu Saki. He's a dispatch rider with Rawlings. The next day, Sunday, the same Toyota Corolla, that's July 14th, the Toyota Corolla was used to harass some persons in the Tema Motorway roundabout Shell filling station there. And people were robbed at gunpoint and all of that. After these incidents, the Toyota Corolla was repainted. And in fact, a different car number was put on it and was used to commit some other crimes. But yesterday, police patrol team found the car abandoned on the motorway somewhere on the way to Tema. And they found that some spent shells were found in it. About 9mm ammunition shells were found in the car. The police believe that the car was used to commit some other crimes yesterday again. And there was a shootout involving other persons, some other groups, some other criminal groups the police suspect. And that led to the abandonment of this vehicle on the motorway and the police retrieving it. The police believe that it will help them in their investigations in the crimes that have been committed, including the shooting of the outrider of the former president's security detail. What they are going to do is to go to the DVLA and check the registration, the original registration of the car, the persons who registered it, and whether or not they can trace them and find out whether they were the persons involved, or the car was registered by some persons but snatched by other persons who used it for some criminal activity.
Very important that we look at these new methods that these criminals are taking up. But now let's talk about our tax. Or should we just go to church instead?
Yes, I mean, in this particular case, the Bishop Daniel Obinim, you know, right? You know him. Yeah, he's the...
do you mean Angel Obinim?
Yes, but the angel is seeking earthly ways of getting back his money from the state. This is because his accounts have been frozen. And the accounts have been frozen because the GRA believes that the man has defaulted in paying rent tax on some 12-unit shop he owns at Tema. The bishop is insisting that the units of shops actually belong to a different company and it's not under his direct control as a man of God. So his accounts cannot be frozen on the basis of he not paying rent tax on the said properties. Again, he insists that he indeed paid the rent tax on other properties that he has across the country, including residential facilities, some of them in Adringano and other places. He's asking the court to come to his liberty, free the Ghana Revenue Authority from God's curses by allowing him have his account be unfrozen in this particular case, so that the bishop can have access to it.
Or he could go to Jamestown and take a fish and open the fish's mouth and take out the money. I mean, Jesus said that's the work that he does will do greater.
With all the power he has, he's resorting to the court. That's a strange one.
Some matters are meant for court only.
Malik, let's go and look for those elusive NDC forms.
Yeah, so from Asawasi, let's go to Ejumako Enya Esian in the Central Region, where the executives of the National Democratic Congress there have prevented a gazetted chief, Nana Kofi Nyamiche, from picking the party's forms to contest for the parliamentary primaries there. Now, the party executive there say, but first of all, this guy is not a known member of the party. Secondly, he is a gazetted chief. And by the Constitution, Article 276, they have decided that, look, they will not allow the man to act in violation of the Constitution.
Yes.
So they won't even give him the form so that he will put himself in the
position. He will
breach
the laws of the country.
They are defending the virtue of the Constitution.
So they refused him the form. Now, Nana Kofi Nyamiche he and his supporters went on a demonstration and said that the conduct of the party executive was in violation of his constitutional right and that he was entitled to pick the forms and that the argument that he's not a party member is not sustainable. But of course, the party executive, they say, no. We don't know you. None of the executive in this constituency, no ward member, no constituency person, nobody at any police station level knows you as an active member of this party. The primaries are reserved primarily for only active members. To the extent that you are not known as an active member, we will not allow you to pick the form. But even more importantly,
You're
we
a
will
chief.
not allow you to violate the constitution and pick any forms when Article 276 says that a chief shall not be engaged in active politics, and any chief wishing to do so shall resign. But still related to primaries and parties, there are 2 customs officers who are seeking to join the race to become member of parliament in the Awin constituency. Daniel Ella said, I will win.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So I will win, right?
Go ahead.
So this is a constituency in the Western region, and the persons who, the sector commander of the Elubo collection point and also the collection officer at the Kotoka International Airport, these 2 persons whose names have not been given, according to the Chronicle newspaper, are all jostling to take up forms and contest on the ticket of the NDC in the constituency. Of course, we know that already 2 police officers have resigned their positions, and I'm talking about Superintendent Peter Tuobu. We spoke to him here as a security analyst. He was executive secretary to the Inspector General of Police. He resigned, and Detective Corporal John Evans Ayira Kwakumoji, he also has resigned. Both of them picking nomination forms to contest to become members of parliament on the ticket of the NDC. And these 2 service officers as well want to join the political fray. Of course, they haven't resigned yet, but the police officers have resigned.
And they found their nomination forms, which are the most important things right now.
Absolutely. They have found their nomination forms because they are not chiefs.
Beautiful. LPG marketers, Raymond.
Yes, the marketers are of the opinion that governments intend to double the consumption of LPG by 2030 from the current 25% to 50%. Is not likely to see the light of day anytime soon. This is why they believe that currently, if you look at the product used to be subsidized. I know, Daniel, LPG was introduced as a better and more improved fuel form compared to the wood fuels that we've had, the charcoal and other things. But they're saying that if you used to subsidize it and now you have almost 23% of the product price being made up of taxes, you are pricing out the people that you were targeting at first. The people who used to use charcoal and are now supposed to be using the LPG in the first place. So that's what their main concern is. And Gabriel Kumi is the vice president. He's been speaking as a sensitization program that the NPA put together in the Western region on this matter. So either you're removing the taxes completely or going back to subsidizing it so that the poor people can use it and the people who need to, so that the environment can be protected too. Don't forget, 6,400 in 2016 was believed to the people who actually have serious disease conditions and die as a result of when it comes to pollution through air alone.
And finally, David AJ finally speaks.
Yes, so the Daily Graphic is reporting that his firm, the respected said David AJ, his firm, David AJ and Associate, has refuted allegations that the procurement processes have been circumvented to benefit his company.
Yeah.
That they have followed all the rules, and we know that Dr. Ekosam, who is
an architect,
again
head
a
of
respected architect of Design Associate Development Consortium, sent a petition to the president saying that some 12 contracts that have been given to David AJ and Associates have not followed the procurement procedures and processes as laid down in the respective laws. And he wants the president to make an intervention into this, that the matters relating to the cathedral, then the parliamentary chamber, there are other
Marine Drive projects,
10 others Marine Drive projects. And yesterday MFA spoke to
Frank Taki.
Absolutely, who said that he won the contract to do the Marine Drive project as far back as 1991, and that subsequent governments have changed the model. Subsequently, in 2012 and 2015, under former President John Mahama, a tender was held again for the same project. He won it for some strange reason. He said that contract has been taken. David AJ and Associates say it is not true that they are violating any of these rules. They follow every single rule, that they are registered in Ghana to engage in legitimate businesses, and that any of these projects that they've been involved in have been transparency have guided what they have done. And yesterday Parliament also issued a statement, and Elton Brobe read copiously from that statement here, where they are refuting some of the allegations contained in Dr. Ekosam's petition to the president, and that's Design Associates Development Consortium's petition to the president. They said there was competitive bidding, there was selection, and the persons who did the selection were persons who know what it is to engage in the selection of persons to engage in these kinds of projects.
You know, in all of this, Malik, there are two questions that none of this information has answered. Number one, is Sir David Ejie or any member of his firm a registered architect in Ghana?
He says the Daily Graphic story says that they are registered, that the firm is
the firm is registered to do business. And we have checked with the Registrar General's departments. They are registered to do business, but are they registered to be architects with the Architects Council? That is the question. Number one. Number two, did Professor Aaron Michael Quay say that they have already selected Sir David Ejie before the selection process began? Which is one thing that Architect Ekosam clearly stated in his letter to Parliament.
What Parliament said was that they invited certain companies to engage in the bid process, and that they empaneled a team to select them. And they marked some of the companies, including Design Associates and Divine Associate Development Consortium. They were also ranked, but
exactly.
they got 50, I think 59 point something.
Okay, so they brought the details of the scores.
Yes, they brought the details of the scores.
And
David Ejie and Associate had
a higher
79
mark.
Plus. They had a higher marks. Yes,
which is great. Is great. All right then. We are going online now. The online news review is brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest. GOIL, good energy. Make your day productive by relying on quality fuel from GOIL. 3 times CIMJ Petroleum Company of the Year. GOIL Super XP and Diesel XP are additive to enhance strong engine performance and prolong the lifespan of your vehicle. Above all, you are guaranteed extra quality with our fuel analyzer from our mobile laboratory van. Get your money's worth every day by buying fuel and lubricants from any of GOIL's over 360 service stations nationwide and experience good energy. Buy GOIL, grow Ghana. GOIL, good energy. GOIL, Yenaba, Yedia. Now, you can conveniently use your Zenith MasterCard and Visa cards at over 33 million Visa and MasterCard branded ATMs worldwide, on the internet for online purchases and payments, and in-shop for payments of goods and services, as well as at all Zenith Bank ATMs and on local and international POS or retail outlets that accept Visa and MasterCard. Go light with Zenith Bank. It's faster and smarter. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. People aren't celebrating Guilty Beats productions on Beyonce's album Amayo Deborah speaking. It's because Shatta Wale's song is already a hit, and we haven't even heard it yet. However, if you stay tuned to the Super Morning Show, you will hear it during the groove. So that's something you want to hear. We were just sitting here and Fred put on the platform that we found the song. So Charlie, the song which was released just a few minutes ago will be live on the show this morning. Enforce laws barring foreigners from retail trade, majority leaders to agencies. Both of these stories are on myjoyonline.com. I'm going to skip to Fox Business to bring that story that Raymond and I were talking about earlier. Face app security concerns arise as Russian-owned face agent app goes viral. I'm going to bring you a very, very quick quote from some of the people raising questions about this. It says, you grant Face App a perpetual, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide, fully paid, transferable, sub-licensable, a license to use and to do a number of other things to your picture. Your picture is given to them free and they can use it for whatever they want. That's the question that has been raised among others. So when you're using Face App, remember that. Though I am curious to see what will happen to Raymond's face when it goes through the Face App application. All right, then it's time for the BBC News at 7. We'll take these important messages though. We'll be right back before the BBC News.